Well, we got a lot to talk about after the first prelim session of the 2023 World Championship Swimming Trials has come to a close. And first things first, this meet did not feel like World Championship Trials or Phillips 66 National Championships. This meet 100% has had the feel of an Olympic trials, and I absolutely love it. The pool looks incredible. The production has been great, and it just feels all around like a meet that people should care about, which we should. I've been a longtime believer in the fact that world championships and world championship trials are capable of being huge events that draw a whole lot of spectators. And world championships is a huge event, but it is kind of just in a completely different category in terms of interest than that one meet where if you get top two, you get to get 5 circles tattooed on your body. That's right, the Olympics. And maybe world championships will never be of the same size as the Olympics. It's a huge event to try and figure out how to compete with, right? Even if you have to compete with them, you don't have to compete with them, whatever. World Championships is capable of being more than it is right now from a production side of things, and I believe that for a long time, so it's a lot of fun to get to see 6,000 people on YouTube watching a prelim session for a swim meet outside of an Olympic year. 6,000 plus people were on YouTube in the chat. And if you were in the chat and talking to me in there watching the meet, drop a comment right now. It was a lot of fun getting to talk to you all in there. Let's do it again tomorrow. How about the next day after that? But beyond the pool, beyond the production, beyond the live chat, the swimming itself this morning was elite. Regan Smith came into the 200 butterfly at this meet as the clear favorite after what she did in the 200 fly at the 2023 Sun Devil Open. But beyond just Regan Smith, the women kind of set the tone in the 200 butterfly for what would be a theme throughout the rest of the meet, in proving that the U.S. just has ridiculous, almost unrivaled depth in swimming. So a 206.80 for Regan was good enough for the top spot. I'm assuming she's got a lot more in the tank. Dakota Luther was a 207.55, and then Alex Shackle, the young gun, started things off and set another kind of tone that would continue out for the rest of the morning, in proving that there are some new young names and young guns ready to fire things off. She was a 207.95, and it took a 209.07 just to make it back into the A final to have a shot at making the team tonight. So Regan, will she fire off another American record? Will she go under 203.00? American record would be a best time. It's kind of a fun thing to get to say when you're a record holder is, will you go at best time? And then just as a byproduct of that, it's like a world record or something like that. Will she go 203 flat or better? I don't think so. I think we got to wait until World Championships for that. But I do think we see an American record. Big stage, the production value's there, the excitement's there. I bet the crowd's going to be packed. I'm excited to watch this one. Regan's the clear favorite. And one thing's for sure, she's going to rip tempo until she can't rip tempo anymore, because her 200 butterfly tempo, once again, is about the same tempo as me doing a 25 butterfly. The men's 200 butterfly had kind of a similar feel to the women's in the sense that Carson Foster just looks like he's the clear favorite. But the depth was, once again, deep. Foster was out really fast in the prelims at the 100 and still closed to win 154.30. But I think he's got more in the tank tonight. And while that 154.30 was the fastest time of the morning, the main takeaway for me was 16-year-old Thomas Haleman's 155.11 in the 200 butterfly. 16 years old, 155.11, right? That's the end of the story. Yeah, it's fast, but what he's got a shot at taking down tonight is the story. It's a really cool record. A Michael Phelps record, a Michael Phelps national age group record, 154.58. It's a tall task, a really tall task, but this kid has proven time and time again that he doesn't really care. He's a 44 in the 100 butterfly short course. I believe he was 15 when he did that. He's a 140 in the 200 butterfly short course. He doesn't care how tall the task is. And it's just another little storyline that we're going to get to watch tonight in finals. Behind Haleman and Foster in the 200 butterfly are a plethora of 155s, making this race even more exciting. I know Haleman would love to break Phelps's 200 butterfly national age group record, but making a world championship team is definitely going to be the number one priority in the men's 200 butterfly. All right, 100 freestyle time, 100 freestyle time. The U.S. women showed the up. They showed the up in a big way this morning after a lot of people had been ruling them out. The Aussie women swam incredibly well in the 100 freestyle at their world championship trials, and I'll pop their results up on the screen next to me. Now, I know you like to see this cute face on the screen when I talk about swimming, but it seems important to me at this moment in time, as you browse the results that are sitting on the screen next to me, for me to step aside and swap in the results right next to the Australian prelim results from the U.S. trials for the women's 100 freestyle. The U.S. women showed up. Wow. Abby Weitzel's a force in the sprint freestyles. She's been there all season long. All season long, she's been performing. 53 here, 53 there. And then in prelims at World Championship trials, she fires off a 52.92. It'd be fun to say, wow, I didn't see that one coming, but I did. I think we all did. Well, Weitzel's a badass. And speaking of badasses, Kate Douglas told the haters to shut the hell up too, didn't she? 52.98. Hey, guess what, nerds? I can swim in the big pool too. She's going to be scary based on that 100 freestyle time, and a lot of fun to watch this week. After those two sub 53 swims, we had Olivia Smaliga fire off a 53.31 as a little bit of foreshadowing about what we might be about to see in the men's 100 freestyle, where one of her teammates swam pretty damn well as well. Gretchen Walsh said, I can swim in the big pool as well, and went 53.64. And Tori Husk is a sleeper going into this final tonight. I mean, she's been sub 53 flat before. And then down there at the bottom of the list, sneaking into finals, Bella Sims. If Bella Sims is going 54.18 in the 100 freestyle in prelims, we are in for a treat the rest of the meet. Buckle up again. Buckle up now. Get some water. Maybe get a snack. We've got a lot to talk about in the men's 100 freestyle. First things first, round of applause for Ryan Held. I got to go over to Tempe to watch the Sun Devil Pro Group train, which I'll actually link the video to that, or a link to the video that I shot when I was out there in the corner right now. And watching Ryan train over there, watching that group get to work together, which, I mean, it's why I wasn't all that surprised to see Olivia swim as fast as she did in the prelims for the women. She threw down a great 100 time this morning, and I just think they've got a really good thing going in Tempe right now. Ryan looked happy. The training group looked happy. They looked engaged. Herbie's really putting on a clinic down there for how to teach people how to swim fast. If you look up the definition of fast, it just means to swim at a high rate of speed, which is what Herbie Bem is incredibly good at. And this 47.6 from Ryan Held in the prelims and the 100 freestyle just proves that. And behind Ryan Held, as we talked about throughout this entire video, were three more prelim 47s in the 100 freestyle. The prelim session for the men's 100 freestyle was stupid deep. The A final is going to be 47.63 Ryan Held, Jack Alexi 47.75, Destin Lasco 47.87, Matt King starting with a 47 again, 47.93. McGuire McDuff, the Florida Relay Gator Relay Wizard legend, 48.08. Justin Rest, 48.14. Chris Giano, 48.17. And that's right, a 48.17 in prelims of the 100 freestyle at World Championship trials, and you're in 7th. You're sneaking into the A final. This is absolutely ridiculous. And then in 8th, 48.37, the ever dangerous Drew Kibler. Depth for days in the women's and men's 100 freestyles right now for Team USA. And the elephant in the room. We've had a lot of elephants in the room recently in swimming, and there's some big names missing from the A final. Brooks Curry was 11th in 48.63. Shane Casas was 18th in 48.94, but both were kind of somewhat a product of a little bit of just depth pushing them down the list a bit. I mean, 48.9 and 48.6 are still solid times. But the name that everyone wants to hear about, the question mark in a lot of people's heads, Caleb Dressel just didn't look good this morning. He was 29th in 49.42. Didn't really seem to have pop on the front half. His start looked okay. First 50 speed didn't look great, and closing speed didn't look that great either. But other than that assessment, I don't really know what else I can give you. You guys probably watched it. If you didn't, you can go watch it. I love watching the dude swim. He's a 46-second 100 freestyler, and it's in there somewhere. He's trying to dig it out right now. But that's all the speculation that I can really give you. It's all speculation, unless you hear from Caleb himself. And yeah, all in all, this prelim session was just wild. Hit that like button for the first of many videos that I'm going to be putting out, recapping and analyzing and reacting to what are clearly going to be some pretty ridiculous days of swimming in Indianapolis at the 2023 World Championship Swimming Trials. Comment your reactions down below. We've got a lot to talk about from this prelim session as we get ready for finals tonight. Subscribe so you don't miss any videos like this. Have them, get them popping up in your home screen. And I'll see you in the next one. See ya.